for Fashionopolis, we really wanted to step things up. Of course, our show is all about celebrating the Twin Cities design scene. That means boutiques and fashion and, of course, our local designers. So for the first time ever, we went directly to some of the top designers in town and challenged them to create original looks just for Fashionopolis. These are pieces that you're going to see for the first time on the runway at our show. And today, we're going to take a little sneak peek and see how the designers are doing. Our first stop is Hackwith Design House. Let's check in on Lisa Hackwith. We gave you a very broad assignment, literally one word. It was just shine, run. And I know that shine isn't always something you do. You're kind of minimal. And so what came to mind when we dreamed this up?
Well, I thought of it as a fun challenge because I don't do that. So it was like an area that I got to like play with and try to figure out how to do it in a way that was still like my aesthetic.
Exactly.
So the fabrics that I chose like had more of like a sheen to them. So not more of like a
subtle shine.
Yes. And then I decided to keep it really minimal and use a lot of the fall shapes that we're already coming out with. Because it's a very similar process to what I do with boutiques. It's taking like you're making like little mini collections, so you want them all to look cohesive and nice together. This one's different, that I really thought about the movement and how it's gonna look on the runway, where normally you don't have to worry about that as much. And the color scheme's a little more impractical. It's just more fun and, you know, more shiny.
What is this? What material is this?
It's full leather.
Wow.
With a little bit of stretch. My name is Caroline Hayden. I am originally from Perham, Minnesota, and I now currently live in Crookston, Minnesota, but I come down to Minneapolis an awful lot, so I do feel like this is my hometown as well. So this is kind of our group of basics for this coming collection, and then we're going to be bringing in a lot more tweeds. And the embellished fabric I was telling you about is actually sewn onto a really heavy fabric. So
by the time we see this on the runway, it's not going to just...
layers and
yeah, totally different.
I started collecting these 80s vests that had these beautiful, completely just crazy embellished fronts, and then the little ties in the back. And so we bought 3 of them. I think they're the only 3 in America right now.
Like actual vintage vests from the 80s.
And we're going to cut them up, and they're kind of patchwork, sequin, and beaded, and it's kind of like a plaid. So we're going to cut them up and use them as pockets and some really big, exaggerated collars and that kind of a thing.
Well, I love that you're actually starting with basics, and these are things that would be easy to work into an everyday wardrobe, but then we're gonna like amp it up for the runway, right?
Yes, absolutely, that is the goal.
Okay, very good. I can't wait to see it.
Good.
All right, so we've come over to LaTour World Headquarters. Yes. Such an honor to be here. So good to see you, Tara. We're so thrilled that you're going to be part of the show because you are a very busy woman.
Yes.
Can you tell everybody a little bit about what you do?
Sure. So we make bridal couture, and we specialize in things that are a little out of the ordinary. So we don't create bridal gowns that are necessarily the standard. We really make it a twist. We're kind of called the wild child of bridal.
So when we said shine, it's kind of broad, what was your first thought?
Definitely we want to start working with metallics because I've been obsessed with metallics lately. So we're definitely doing metallics, but we're not going to do it probably in the way that everyone else is doing metallics. We're taking treatments and kind of using that to create this idea of shine and depth. So right here we have Lauren working on the start of a skirt that will have a lot of different dimension and a lot of different layers to it. So this is like layer 2 or 3 she's working on right now.
Out of how many?
There'll probably be like 6 layers to the skirt. They were creating these little flowers here, and so there's just these little treatments that have like a very organic feel. We're gonna see some drama, some definite drama. Our evening wear and our bridal kind of go together, but at the same time it definitely is gonna give you a taste of something a little different from us.
Is that fun for you?
Oh yeah.
New challenge?
I love it. If I could do all areas of fashion, I would, but I'm only one human being.
This is true.